Hi everyone, great to see you again. In today's video I want to show you how not to break your Excel table. The truth is that I often see simple Excel tables stop working because they are not used the right way. Before we start, let's talk about why we use Excel tables in the first place. I mean real formatted tables. In my opinion, the biggest advantage is that they work like small databases. When you set them correctly, you get a clean little table that can use data validation to prevent mistakes. Your rows are getting extended automatically, and everything like conditional formatting, your formulas is extended as well, so you don't have any additional work. We can test this out in our example file that I have prepared for you. As you can see in our table, every task is one row. We are starting with the task description. Then we select the project. We have a small data validation field here. We select the priority, low, medium, high. Insert the due date for the activity. And of course, we have a team names, so we can select who from our team will be responsible for this action. And of course, we have status, not yet started, in progress, completed, on hold, and some nodes. And in here, we have a formula that is counting how many days is still the due date. As you can see in here, we have 17 days left. With this table, we also have these charts connected, so we can see the percentage, how many action is connected, how many is in different priority, like low, medium, high. We have the general overview in this chart, and we have few KPIs where we can count how many not started action is, how many is in progress, how many we have in completed status, etc., etc. We also have a slicers, so if we want, for example, to filter out high priority actions only, then one click and there we go. Low priority actions or everything at once, no problem at all. And by the way, this is currently my best selling template that I created. If you want to buy or check, I will leave you a link in description. Okay, let's move a little bit down and we can add our first row in our table. So find your first empty row and let's add some random text. That will be our first action. Tabulator. Then we select the project. So let's do E motion. And as you can see, when I press E, I already get some options. So I can just press the tab key again. And that way I move to the next cell. Then let's select priority, medium, tabulator, due date 12/12. And who do we assign this action to? Reynolds Ava. Okay, we didn't start it, so not yet started, and that's it. The beauty of this one is, as you can see, everything's get extended. So we have all of our data validation fields. There is all the conditional formats copied. We also have this formula from the previous row. Very simple, as you can see. We can continue and add another action. So another action. And the minute I press the tab key, you can see the row is already created right now, including again all the validation fields, all the conditional format. Everything is working. The formula is ready. Once I enter any date, let's put a Christmas there, for example, I can see immediately it's working. Same applies for our charts. Once I change anything in my table, including the new row, if I put it as a complete, you can see immediately the change is done. Same for all the KPIs that are connected to this table. Everything gets recalculated. I don't need to copy any formula, anything at all. All I need to do is just take care about my data. Put a new row, or I can change anything in here. And if I change it, then of course the changes are immediately visible in here. Now let's check how this will work without Excel formatted table. For this, I created this table. It's not Excel formatted, even it looks very similar. And on the top, we have also some count ifs formulas. So you can see this is counting how many high priority actions we have, how many medium priority actions we have, how many low priority actions we have. And the same as previously, we have some data validation fields. We can select the priority. We can select the team members here from the drop-down menu. And we can check or change not yet started actions, in progress actions, completed actions. Now, if I start to write new row, so let's do new row. I press the tab key and as you can see, nothing happened. It's not working. It's not properly working. So anything what I can do right now is just to continue to write. I can put low actions, but nothing is happening really. There is no formula prepared for me. And of course, also my top formulas are not updated. What I need to do right now is I need to copy all the formats. I need to do it manually. So I select this row, drag it down, select fill formatting only, and okay, now it's working, but this is already an additional step for me. Also, what I need to do is to update my formulas because I need to extend this range. So I need to manually go and extend or adjust my formulas for all of this activity. So this can be a time consuming if you have a big sheet. Now you can see why Excel tables are very interesting and important. So let's go back to that. Okay, so why sometimes people avoid to use these Excel formatted tables? It's easy actually. This table can get destroyed very fast if the user don't know how to properly work with it. And one of the easiest way how to destroy it is to massively use Ctrl C and Ctrl V and start copy and paste the data all over the table. We can test it out. So let's check our conditional formatting, manage rules. And as you can see here, there is a lot of different conditional formats set, but in general, I have everything clean up. Every rule is here only once, which is the important thing here. Okay, let's see how copy and pasting works with the tables. So I have some data here. There is absolutely no conditional formatting, as you can see, nothing. So let's do Carter James, Ctrl C, and let's go back and we want to change it here. Ctrl V. And we change it. Carter James is there. Perfect, right? It's working. But the problem is it's not working actually. As you can see, we are now missing the data validation field. We have it here, the row above, but in here we lost it. We also screw up our conditional formatting. So if I go here, manage rules, do you see this one? That was not here. That was completely easy formula, and now it's so many different references. And of course, our next issue is we now screw up only one cell. But if we do a new row, as you can see here, the data validation is working because it's taking it from the previous rows. But in our case, in here, we completely lost it here. So in my opinion, this is very easy way how to destroy your Excel formatted table. Just use copy and paste and not be aware about the formatting. And how can we fix it? So let's go back a little bit. Okay, now we are back at the previous version. Everything is working now and we want to copy and paste, right? So what we do is we go down again for our data. We select Carter James, Ctrl C, but then instead of Ctrl V, we use Ctrl Shift V. This means that we are only pasting values and not the formats. So remember, once again, Ctrl Shift V to only paste values and not the formats. Next is our formulas. Many times I can see how the tables are not structured right. Generally, I would recommend you to put any formulas in the last columns you have in the table. It's not always possible, but if you can, do it as the last one. The reason is very simple. If you need to manually add any data, then the best way how you can add your new row is from left to right. So we do new row, and as you can see, we can simply put our data in here very easily, but then I need to know where to stop. In my case, I designed my table with the formula in the last column, and actually I have few hidden ones over there as well, but it's the last column, so I don't need to worry about it too much. I can write my data in here and stop by nodes. Sometimes what you can also do is to have a background of your formulas with different colors. So for example, I can select the pink color here, which will give the users the information that be careful, this is a formula, so do not overwrite it. For me, however, I think in my case this is enough, so I don't need to be in different background color. And that's pretty much it. No rocket science here. Just be careful with your formatting, just be careful with how you copy and paste your data. If you do that, I believe your table will stand quite a long time and work perfectly. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. And as I mentioned previously, if you are interested in this action tracker log, just check the link in the description of this video. Thank you again and see you next time.